People are really looking for overnight success, the PBs, the distances, the times. Prioritize it in the same way that you prioritize whatever else is most important in your life right now. And I'd say a couple of cheat codes for that would be...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to have the big OM on the channel. Thanks for joining me. Before we started this, just FYI, he had a t-shirt on and he went, oh my God, I've got to put a vest on. So actually, I was gonna look like the big boy here, but now unfortunately I've been mugged already. For people that don't know you, who is OM and what is Marchon?
Well, in relation to the vest, I've made a career of appearing much bigger than I actually am. So I need to put the vest on just to keep up appearances. Who is OM? I'm a former professional rugby player, I guess now turned fitness professional, a man in the fitness space. I've been doing this now for close to 10 years, running gyms. We built an online training app. We have a sports nutrition business. And I think it's safe to say in the UK, we're probably known as the go-to guys and girls for functional fitness. I own the brand Marchon, and I'm very fortunate to have built a team of people that, from a coaching standpoint, education standpoint, and just, I guess, inspiration, we've been hopefully paving the way.
Do you still coach?
Stopped coaching in 2020. I think that's probably the first transition for me, or a point in my career, is that the identity needs to shift. So obviously when you're coaching on the gym floor, I was there in person, but my mind was elsewhere because you're thinking about areas of the business, right? And you're familiar with growing businesses, like you've kind of got to wear a number. Well,
too complimentary for that, really. I think I've not watched the videos yet.
You fake it till you make it. I realised in 2020, it was kind of around that COVID time, that in order for Marchon to take that next step, I needed to get out of my own way from coaching and get out of the fulfillment. But I think because Marchon's grounded in that coaching and the programming, and that's what the product really was, it took me a little bit of time just to appreciate the fact that, I used to think I was the best coach, and I was the guy that was responsible for doing all of the programming. So kind of delegating that, handing it off was a big step.
Is that a bit of a release of ego kind of thing as well then?
100%. Yeah. 100%. I think, again, when you hire your first member of staff, the way that dynamic becomes successful is like your ability to nurture and lead and show them. And often what you're trying to achieve is someone taking over some of the things that you may have been doing, but doing it to a high standard.
We are going to go a little bit off plan today, guys, because obviously Ollie has probably the best training app in the game, certainly in the UK. We're probably not going to do one of those sessions today. It's going to be a bit of an upper body pump. So
I'm more than happy. More than happy to be going
already. Right. Well, seeing as he's just said how amazing of a coach he is,
I can't work miracles.
Ah.
So one thing that's become quite synonymous with Marchon gyms is the black box Nexus rack. So what we've tried to achieve is the ability to do everything you kind of need to do in terms of strength training in and around this space. So we've got our cables in here, we've got our bench press, we've got all our plates, all our dumbbells. So what we'll try and do is some bench press, and we'll superset that with a lat pull down, and we'll maybe just jump across to that rack.
Ooh, okay, yeah, functional. Right, so let's do it. I should stress as well, guys, we're in the brand new Marchon Victoria, which, as this video comes out, is now open as a gym. This is a mega space, like genuinely huge. You proud of it?
Oh mate, I'm extremely proud of it. I think every gym that we've opened has been a new little notch on the kind of belt to suggest that we are becoming more and more of a multi-site operator and hopefully establishing ourselves as a real gym brand in the UK. And with every gym, you take the lessons, the learnings, you try and apply them to make it better, obviously within the resource that you have available to you. We're totally self-funded up to this stage, which we're very proud of. The Victoria has been a bit of a statement piece for us getting into London. Like, I think brands are certainly regarded as the optics look better as soon as you get into London and being a bit more central. I don't think Stratford really had that kind of effect for us.
On the extremities, but still like a good
riff-raff live out there and train out there. So.
I trained there. That's what he's implying, guys, if you didn't work that one out.
Can you manage 60 kilos?
Fucking hell.
You can go first.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Supposed to be a really inspirational video, this. Instead, I've rocked up to his brand new place and got bullied.
We'll warm up with just 8 to 10 reps, mate. So
Jim Reaper told me how to bench properly, mate.
He's taught you well, I like that. Yeah, nice little adjustment at the feet, nice solid base.
Unfortunately, I've got the biggest old man injury known to man, so.
How old are you?
31.
Oh, you are getting on a bit.
That's, again, mean. Is the gym space the one you're most proud of from all the plates that you have spinning at Marchon?
I think the gyms are where, when I think about like growing up and my rugby career, like where I loved being was inside the gym. Conversations with people, geeing each other up, training, that motivation, the camaraderie. I really think they're unique places, and I think when you are working out and we call it sort of sharing suffering, whether it's a Metcon, some hard CV work, or even spotting someone, like there's a bond that's kind of forged that you don't
can't
really get
emulate in-person connection.
You can walk into a gym and call a stranger over to spot you, and there's just like a moment there where it's just like it feels normal.
Or someone compliments you on how well you're doing it.
Exactly,
which would be nice to get one today, but we'll work on that. Maybe by the end, guys. Maybe by the end.
Once you've proven yourself, I think that's kind of why we'll always keep an element of this physical space for us. I think it's they're tangible. It's a shop window into our world, and I think it really gives like a feeling of what Marchon is like, because having a digital presence is amazing online, and obviously we build our social medias, but having a physical location that is truly us, I think is pretty special.
I agree.
Single arm pull downs for you, mate.
All right, straight in.
You might need to adjust the weight.
Oh, as in it's too heavy.
I wasn't sure. Oh, he really has learned some technique here. Look at this extra stability with the arm. I like that.
What does the actual brand that Marchon now is mean to you? Covers a lot of things now, but what is it really at its core for you?
I think what we've tried to create is first and foremost for me was trying to create a place of work that I could basically build a career off post rugby. And for me, where I really excelled, like I said, and where I really felt at home was inside the gym. My passion for coaching and helping people, my passion for health and fitness, and just like and training and knowing the fundamental benefits that it gives people. For me, back in the day, it was the benefits that I could then take onto the rugby field, and then as I came out of that, it was the benefits of just everyday life. What we've built through the gyms and the app and the supplementation is then trying to create this ecosystem where someone can always stay connected to it.
Yeah.
And whether that's coming into a gym, using the app and taking the supplements all in one day, or whether it's just like wearing our socks. It's like trying to keep them attached to the brand.
Yeah.
I think when you're trying to build a brand, you're trying to find different ways in which you can really thread what that brand stands for into someone's life.
Marchon's just moved beyond you. And talking of managing an entire business, let me introduce you to today's sponsors, Odoo. Odoo is an all-in-one business management software designed to facilitate the day-to-day operations of a business in one centralized place. Odoo offers 45 easy-to-use applications from accounting to website creation, project management, to invoicing. It covers all business needs with over 15 million users. It can also make your life much more stress-free. All Odoo applications communicate with each other, helping you avoid errors by using disconnected apps. Odoo even allows you to streamline your processes through their automated tasks. Odoo provides an intuitive user interface, allowing a smooth user experience. Tools that are also tailored to all industries, regardless of what current business you currently run, you could also benefit from their applications. And it's even configured based on your country to comply with your local tax regulations. If you want to start your journey using Odoo, they offer one app completely free for use forever. And as your business evolves, Odoo grows with you, allowing you to add more apps for a very affordable plan. So click my link in the description to get your one free Odoo app. Oh, I got 8. You said 8 to 10, right? Oh, I know he's going to do that thing where...
Tell a lot about a man when he hits
Yeah, I fucking knew that was coming. First test and I failed. Answer questions whilst you're down there?
Yeah, I can do that. I can multitask.
What do you think the things people get most wrong in fitness and training are?
I know it's really cliche, but I genuinely think like people are really looking for overnight success, with whether it's the
impatience,
the PBs, the distances, the times, the physique. And obviously now with social media being such a big thing and there being so many amazing athletes and inspirational people that we aspire to be like, social media only shows you a snapshot in time of where that people is. And so you don't appreciate the journey or the time that they've put in to get in there. So I think when people are coming into it, it's maybe just like aligning their expectations with the time that they've invested. And then it's not just the gym side of things, it's then aligning your expectations with your social occasions, like your nutrition, your sleep, all of those things. Because again, a lot of the people that we aspire to be like, they're professional athletes or they live like professional athletes. So I think that, like rushing the process.
Catching up on everything that I'd sent to you in the past. I first messaged you in 2018.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it about?
It was about substituting some sort of sled push in my gym, I think, at the time.
Oh, really?
And you were like, do bear crawls. I was like, yeah, come on, man.
I hope I gave you good advice.
From my personal experience, I've always seen you as like a mentor and a role model.
Thank you, mate.
And that's me. There's obviously thousands of other people out there like that. How do you handle the responsibility and the duty of care for you to be an important person to people in their lives?
Again, I think a big part of my job now or my day-to-day, what I do is the social media stuff, and not in terms of like my content creation, but the time I'll spend kind of in DMs and answering people. Again, when I think about who I am at my core, it's a coach. It's like wanting to impart the knowledge of the experience or like my perspective on things on other people. And so if I'm not able to do that in the gym now, if I can do that through social media, through small messages and bits of communication, then that's super rewarding for me. I also I'm like everyone else that started out when I was 14 or whatever else. Like there's always people that are further down the track. But if you can borrow some of their knowledge and apply it, it's always really helpful. I don't consider myself as a mentor to other people. I consider myself as this is the journey I've been on. If I can help other people.
Yeah, well, you never set out to be the guru, do you? That's the kind of...
I'd never articulate it that way about myself anyway.
But there is that you are in that position now, I think.
Thank you, mate.
No,
I'm waiting for you to for the point. You're gonna... Thought you might pull away. Was it 8 again, was it?
10, actually. And I was asking a question halfway through it as well.
I'll answer one and do 12.
Obviously, you and I both know you've created an extensive network of connections. What do you think the main way of cultivating relationships?
Be a good person. I think really it's like omit an aura of who you are. Like give people an understanding of like who you are and what you're about, whether that's through socials or whatever it may be, so that people can like, your vibe attracts your tribe type thing, that people can...
Oh, that's a good one. That's a nice quote.
Another cliche, lots of cliches today, but...
Oh, is that not your quote?
No.
Ah.
No.
That's actually horribly upsetting.
That's not Ollie Marchon 2025. But I, like I say, I think the point is here, particularly through socials, you can get a good understanding of who someone is and what they're about, providing they're being authentic before actually meeting them. Yeah. And so I think naturally you start to follow the people that you can resonate with, whether it's a digital relationship that hopefully one day can become something in person. The worst thing you can be is like inauthentic, or someone online that when someone meets you, it's like that guy wasn't who I thought he was.
Yeah, it's true.
And so I think that's super important, particularly when you're public facing. You'll take what you'll do online through YouTube, through podcasts, whatever else, but you're meeting people in person now, fitness events, runs, whatever it may be.
That's the best part, in all honesty.
Public appearances, and so people want to know that the guy that they've watched online is the same person.
Yeah.
And again, at the end of the day, all the followers, all the whatever success, everyone's just a fucking human still trying
to... Oh, mate, yeah, obviously. So, it's face-to-face connection that's the best part about this job, though.
How do you feel about some pull-ups?
About some pull-ups?
Yeah?
Yeah, happy with that.
Yeah? You've done three sets? Yeah, I think we leave that there.
How has it changed since you started the whole fitness industry?
How's the fitness industry changed?
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it's such an exciting place to be now, right? Like we just spoke about upstairs. Like every brand, every person, fitness is now into health, and the sophistication in terms of like the way people think about their strength or VO2 max, or how far they can run, or how long they're going to live, the Whoop and all the data. Like people are much more mindful now and understanding of their bodies, and that never happened in 2016. 2016, people kind of went to the gym. They kind of knew they had to go to the gym and didn't know what to do, or you had sports people that knew why they trained.
Yeah.
Now everyone wants to train. Everyone kind of knows why they're training, and there's a higher level of
education. Why
education.
is that paradigm shift there? What's the reasoning for that? Do you put it down to?
I think COVID was a huge accelerant. People became way more health conscious during COVID.
Yeah.
Everyone's now going out and doing an hour of exercise because they just want to get out of the house. And all of a sudden there's transformative benefits of like the hour out in nature, or the easy run, or the walk, whatever it was. Like that made me feel really good.
Yeah.
And I also think social media, and the fact that you're getting now a lot of people who maybe started social media 10 years ago, go on a bit of a fitness journey themselves. Because you get a little bit older, you realise, oh shit, if I continue eating whatever I want, if I continue being quite sedentary, all of a sudden my physique that I was able to maintain with that much work in my 20s isn't what it is now in my 30s. So you're seeing a lot more people who have done social media move across into fitness and see the benefits of it. So I just think, and it's amazing, I don't think we should ever look at that negatively. I think we should look at it with just through a positive light. Go narrow grip pull-ups, hit a bit of bicep. We said we're going to try and pump those up.
How many then?
I like anything between 6 and 8 on this. When did you start lifting weights?
Yeah, I probably started lifting weights when I went to Loughborough Uni, so that was 11 years ago.
What did you study?
Sports science.
Yeah, nice.
I dropped out to do YouTube, but...
Really?
Yeah, but nutrition I only really took seriously from like 2019 onwards. But then that kind of opened the game of being like, I'm doing everything wrong.
It's a question, I want you on my podcast at some stage, and it's a question I wanted to ask you, but why did you drop out uni to do YouTube? That's
because I actually didn't end up doing the course that I wanted to do originally.
What did you want to do?
Medicine.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Weren't smart enough?
He's giggling, but that is actually factually accurate.
So that's usually the reason.
Yeah,
do it.
Take a gap year out and change my grades. Let me do something that I enjoy. I enjoy sport.
Yeah.
It's local. I'm from Leicester, 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Loughborough Uni, sports science. Little did I know at the time, it's where everyone wanted to go if they were doing sport.
Yeah.
So my understanding of it was just completely wrong, because the world I was in, which was like a lot of the core sciences rather than it being, physically related. And then I got to Loughborough and I was like, it's just not my vibe. And I felt quite alienated whilst I was there.
But medicine to YouTube is like even further than going medicine
absolutely.
To still getting a degree.
But the reason I started it, because I was so bored and I didn't really have the friend group that I thought I would at university, I started copying the people that I was watching online. So I'd like watch FIFA YouTubers, because that's originally how I started. That took off quite quickly, and I thought there could be a chance to do this full time here.
Wow.
Took the leap.
Wow.
It's all about the
never look back.
Isn't it? Yeah. And
no risk, no story.
Now here I am, working in sport. Did you go to uni?
Yeah, I did sports science.
Oh, fucking hell, fair enough.
I actually applied to Loughborough but didn't get in.
You're joking. I've nabbed your spot. 4 years down the line, I reckon. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 37 in a couple of months.
You don't look a day over 35, mate. What position do you think the Marchon brand will be in the near/far future? We're
about to launch this summer into Australia, Dubai and the US with our supplements. Get the physical product in there, get people understanding the brand, knowing the brand, hopefully drinking these amazing drinks. And so to answer the question, it's like, can we grow beyond this kind of UK?
Yeah.
Is like the guys that are seen in the UK.
Become a global.
And try and go global.
How do you handle burnout if it ever occurs? Oh,
it did occur. Now I think because I learned the lesson the hardest way. So in 2018, I completely burnt myself out. So perspective has enabled me to see that like burnout is when, so the work that you're doing isn't aligned with what's most important to you.
Yeah.
People like you and I and like everyone that's very committed to something, like I said earlier, can keep running through walls because they're conditioned and they have the mindset to keep going.
Yeah.
But if it takes you too far away, from the things that like make you happy and why you're doing it, you can start to burn yourself out.
Yeah,
because you know some people that like they're machines, they can just keep going.
Oh,
like,
I know plenty.
Anyone else would have burnt out, but
absolutely.
this person is so passionate about the work and the job in hand, they'll keep going forever. And so I think there's just been a couple of occasions for me where my actions were just misaligned with who I wanted to become. And then the fatherhood piece, like once you have kids, you realise who you want to become or who you are now. And fatherhood.
I can't wait. Are we leaning forwards or just straight up?
No, slightly forward, that's nice. Let's hit 12 if we can, just mind your head on that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to.
You're so tall and all that.
Go on, tell me how tall I am. It's pointless me asking what your proudest moment is because you've probably got 3 of them, right? 4 of them because you've been married as well.
I think really in the first phase of my life, my proudest moment was playing for the Sevens. I think I always, like growing up, I wanted to be a professional sports person. I didn't care what sport it was. So I think finally getting a professional contract was proud. It was a proud moment. Running out the Dubai Sevens for my debut with the England Rose on was a proud moment. All my dad's family live in Dubai. It's like being over there doing
that
it
is
was
very
like,
cool.
was like a real cool moment. But then obviously beyond rugby, I think the family stuff, getting married, and then moments like this, like just.
Oh, you mean the opening?
No, I mean.
Fucking hell, man.
We've got a regular bicep curl. We'll go so lean against here. I like a little bit more volume, so we'll go again 10 to 12. So just a bit of a lean.
Hands.
Yep.
Interesting. What are you going to go with? Nah, come on,
Pick your
man.
poison.
I've spent 45 minutes marinating.
See, this is the problem, right? Every time I train with people, they feel like they want to have to try and prove something.
No, I was just curious as to what you were going to pick.
I'm just curious.
Right. So it's
No, you've not gone for 10s, have you? There you go, lovely.
What do you think you and your brand have excelled at in the fitness industry where so many people get it wrong?
So I think where we're super fortunate is our brand in terms of the methodology of the product was born out of our time in rugby. So strength and conditioning, as a kind of like principle-based training, getting stronger, building muscle mass and getting fit is very necessary in sports like rugby or any sport really. The stronger you are, the easier everyday tasks become. The fitter you are, the more chance you have of living
longevity. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So strength and conditioning, those principles that we lived by in 2016, even prior to that, fast forward to modern day times, are so relevant. Whereas you've got other methods of training, running, all these other things that are like super beneficial for one component of it, or some things that have become really trendy, like the latest boutique fitness offering. We've stayed very true to this kind of equipment, these types of exercises, the idea of getting strong, the idea of improving body composition, building muscle mass, and the idea of like building your cardiovascular system.
Do you see yourself as being fortunate enough to ride the trend, or do you view yourself as pioneers?
We didn't invent strength and conditioning.
No, but the fact that it's as big as it is now is either down to one of those 2 reasons. Right?
So when I started, the fitness industry looked like physique competitors, so bodybuilders, people getting ready to go on stage, and CrossFit. And there wasn't really anything in the middle. People got into fitness, and if you used to go to like the old school gyms, you had bodybuilding gyms and then you had leisure gyms. Leisure gyms were cross trainers, running machines, pin-loaded machines, and then CrossFit gyms were like these big boxes with like a couple of racks. What I looked at as like Olympic weightlifting, for example, or power cleans, or back squats, or push press. These are all things when you're playing rugby that you use to get stronger. Doing snatches, however, or like heavy squat cleans and muscle ups, they weren't used in rugby, but they were CrossFit. So we took what we learned in strength conditioning, and that middle ground between bodybuilding, aesthetics driven, not really performance focused, and performance focused sport like CrossFit. And there was this like grey area that we started to operate in. And so I'm not saying we pioneered it.
You can say that.
No.
Well, I said that.
No, I'm not saying we pioneered it. I think we were early adopters. I think we were in the right place at the right time. Most people of my education and background would have gone down the professional sporting route. They wouldn't have walked into that gym and set up a personal training business. They would have taken the apprenticeship or internship in a professional football team or a sports team, rugby team, whatever else. So I suppose I brought sports-based principles from strength and conditioning into the mainstream. And there were a number of other people that did it. I just built a brand out of it in the gym.
And they've evolved since
then. And then it's evolved since
absolutely. Then. So with that being said, what would you have as the only 10 exercises for you to train for the rest of your life?
10's quite a lot. Everyone always says, what's the best exercise?
Oh no, because that's just personal preference, isn't it? Or you'd say a deadlift or a squat. But
So can running be one of them?
Running can absolutely be one of them, yeah. It'd be a bit of a disservice to you to not say that, considering you're training for another marathon.
Yeah, okay, let's start with the strength. A squat pattern.
No, but they have to be specific then. What's your favourite type of squat?
Let's say back squat, because most people can express the most amount of force.
Yeah.
Get the most adaptation that way. For a lot of people though, front squats might be better. Love a deadlift.
Love a deadlift.
Love a deadlift. Again, I think a deadlift's like the quintessential, like, how much do you deadlift? Like that's.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it covers all ranges of people that train.
I think deadlift's a great one. Bench press. When you're 16, the question is what do you bench,
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So bench press, weighted pull up or pull up.
So we've got 5.
That's 4, right? Squat.
Well, you can't running.
Squat, okay, running, yeah.
So-
So running, that's 5. I love a dip. I love a heavy weighted dip.
What's your favourite dip?
What's my favourite dip? What's your favourite dip?
Well, I was going to say like a salsa.
Nacho cheese,
or,
yeah.
He got it.
I got it, but it was just terrible, so I thought we'd go past it. A curl, again, easy bar curl, like that. Let's get an easy bar in
Yeah,
there.
2 left.
We have to go overhead,
Yeah.
so seated dumbbell press.
Lovely, like
Get the
that.
dumbbells in,
Bosh.
and I think a bike erg.
Really?
Yeah, because again, like all the running.
Yeah,
can
non-weight
beat you up,
bearing,
can
yeah,
beat you up, and I like the idea of cross training. I think is super important, both
Yeah.
for marathon running, but also just general kind of longevity and
Damn.
fitness.
What are the biggest sacrifices you've made throughout your journey to reach the position that you're currently in?
Relationships in the early days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just selfishness around the goal being the goal. So in the very early days, it was like rugby was first, everything else comes second.
Yeah.
I think in the early days of business, business comes first, everything else comes second.
But now relationships are first.
Yeah,
As you could say.
And again, I think as you mature and you realise the things that enable you to, or the reason you're building a business is because of family, kids, partner, whatever, but also what allows you to sharpen and be your best self at work is often, you know, a good, safe family unit or, or a place, whether it's just you and your partner, whatever it may be. I gave up drinking, but I don't really see it as a sacrifice. I never really
Do you still ever drink?
Maybe once or twice a year.
Really?
Yeah, I never really enjoyed it. It never really served me. I was very much antisocial when I did drink.
Oh, you go the opposite way.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Interesting.
I never enjoyed the taste.
Yeah, I agree
And
with
when
that.
you don't enjoy the taste of something and you're doing it, whatever your intentions are doing it, whether it's peer pressure or just to fit in or whatever else, you end up, you're drinking. I was drinking to get drunk and to be part of what was going on. And then because it was like I was kind of binge drinking, you're then out of control. So that was never really good for me. But I gave it up, and what it did allow me to have is like Friday through to Monday was just like supercharged energy and my ability to like work. So in the early days of working, I was doing 7-day weeks without breaking a stride. So I got ahead of people that way. To be honest, to a large extent, I think I've built a lifestyle now that I kind of by design. Yeah. And again, I think in each phase of business or in life, there's times when you've got foot on the gas and you have to just, whatever it takes by any means necessary to get to the next stage. And there's other stages where you can be a little bit more.
What are you currently?
It's been foot on the gas, for the last couple of months. Like I say, opening a couple of gyms, launching supplements, a lot of travel.
It's just eventually finding the perfect balance of everything, though, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think, again, that word balance is probably somewhat of a fallacy for many people, but again, I've used it a couple of times. I've said integrated. I think it's just that integration.
Right.
I think it's that ability to integrate work, family, play, and just make the most of every day.
Yeah. It's weird because balance sometimes people view balance as a word as like with a sign of weakness a little bit.
I think people look at people online that are managing to hold down a family, train, be in shape, work, and assume they've got it balanced. Yeah. But they don't. They've built a capacity to spin many plates, prioritize a number of different things, and I've said this many times before, it's a case of being able to create a system and a routine and order around a few different things. So I think most people can create order around when they wake up, when they go to bed, and when they're at work. Because you wake up with enough time to get to work, come home from work, do whatever you need to do in the evening, watch TV, eat food, and then you go back to sleep. If you can create order around work and get into the gym 5 days a week, and what you're going to put in your body, and then when you sleep, you're a high performer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now the way you think, the way you work, the way you act, your relationships and your body are going to be at a level that's fast past everyone else. Yeah. So when you look at people that are balanced online, they're not balanced. They've created order and routine. Yeah. And they just fucking rinse and repeat it.
If one people watching this could implement one piece of advice for training, for nutrition, and potentially for supplementation, what would you say the best bit or best thing you've learned across the course of your history?
I think we touched on it loosely then. So training, it's like prioritize it in the same way that you prioritize whatever else is most important in your life right now. Like you're only gonna make it work if it becomes a priority for you. And I'd say a couple of cheat codes for that would be find a training partner, because the accountability piece I think is super important. Like how cool is it being able to train just like chat and time just goes past. So it's either like a training partner, a training program.
I've really enjoyed you keeping up with me. It's been a good...
I suppose a training style that you enjoy. Don't do it based off what anyone else is saying.
Yeah, it's
find
true,
something you enjoy.
You continue doing what you actually find enjoyment in it, absolutely.
I think from a nutritional standpoint, the very easiest one is just to eat more protein. Try and get protein in every meal. Yeah. I think if you can do that, if you can prioritize protein every meal, the rest of it starts to fall into place. Yeah. But again, it's like spend some time working out all the foods that you enjoy eating that fit within those nutritional principles of high protein, calorie control within the demands of what you're trying to achieve. The reason I eat salmon and eggs every morning is because I fucking love the taste of it and it fits within my nutritional priorities.
And it's one less thing to think about.
I don't just eat it because some guy in Shape said, eat salmon and eggs. I eat it because I know protein is important. I know a certain amount of calories for breakfast is going to be conducive with fueling my goals and what I'm doing that day. And those foods just happen to taste really good and I enjoy them. So look forward to everything you're eating. And then from a supplement standpoint, I would get those first 2 things in order first and then just see where the gaps are. Is it a recovery thing? Are you struggling to get calories in post-workout because you're not hungry, in which case protein powders could be beneficial. Are you struggling with just like energy, lethargy and mood? It could be maybe something more around the vitamins and minerals, but I wouldn't jump to supplementation. Creatine is probably the best one. I think the benefits and the cost, take it. 5 grams, 10 grams a day, just take it, everyone.
What about the best piece of entrepreneurial advice? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that view you as the gold standard of doing stuff in an industry that they're passionate about. There's going to be a lot of entrepreneurs that potentially watch this. What's the biggest piece of advice that you've learned or that you could give to other people watching?
Follow passion first and foremost. I've always said, and it goes back to what you said at the start, the reason I'm probably still here and I'm where we're at is because we won't ever stop showing up.
Yeah.
Because we're so passionate about it. And you can't beat someone that doesn't really quit, right? So
True,
it's like follow passion. And if you can follow passion, you'll be able to put up with the good, the bad and the ugly and you'll get the breakthrough. I can't remember what the phrase is, good is the enemy of perfect or whatever it is, but like done is better than perfect.
Yeah.
And so in business, do something, test it, learn from it and then iterate thereafter. People are waiting because of the pressure of social media or what other people think to release the best product, or you're never going to be the finished article. The nature of business is you release something and then you make it better.
Absolutely.
And so just get started.
Happens
get it
with
out
content
there.
as well.
Exactly.
Just,
exactly. You know, talking to camera.
Thousands of iterations.
When I talk to one of our coaches that's new in the game, I'm like, get yourself on social media, talk to the camera.
Yeah.
Get people to understand who you are and what you're about. Set some reps, just get it out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think if you're going to be an entrepreneur, you have to have thick skin. And so being able to deal with rejection or something going out and it not landing as well as you wanted it to, it's part of the course.
Have you dealt with a lot of rejection?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think it's like rejection, but I think it's like people call it failures. It's like lessons. You deal with a lot of lessons. You deal with something like you hoped it would go like this and it didn't, and it's like that could be seen as a failure, or it could just like you learn from that and go again.
There you go, mate. Thank you so much for that.
It's like that Rocky moment then, wasn't it? Was it Rocky?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been an absolute honour. Thank you so much for having us here at Marchon Victoria. I hope this new place goes as you envisage it. I'm sure it will. If you haven't seen Ollie's channels already, check out the links in the description. Once again, thank you. Subscribe. We'll see you later.
Thank you, mate.
Our guest has been caught up by pretty much everyone in the gym so far, so it's going to be a fun one. Oh, he's back.
Hi, what's up? What did I miss?
You're preoccupied, mate. I thought I was going to have to do a solo session then. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome